Developing right now on News 12, a bombshell ruling in the murder trial against Edward Holley. A mistrial has been declared, ending days of deliberations, and it's prompting questions about what's next. We're bringing you team coverage on this, on all of the angles of these breaking developments tonight. Our Melanie Palmer is speaking with jurors after the days-long deliberations. Julia Rosier is digging into what's next for Holley, and leading us off tonight is Ben Nandy. Ben, you were in the courtroom as that decision to declare a mistrial was handed down.
Right. The jury told the judge again today that they were deadlocked and that they did not see that changing anytime soon. Instead of sending them back to deliberate some more, this time the judge said, okay, she dismissed everyone. She said the trial was over. It is a mistrial. And no one in that courtroom was happy about that.
He was wrongfully tried, and thank God, he wasn't convicted.
Paul Weber, the attorney representing murder suspect Ed Holley, says he's staying with Holley for his next trial. Holley's accused of killing 21-year-old Megan McDonald in March 2003, caving in her face with a blunt object.
Nobody's minimizing what happened to Megan. Okay, that was horrible, and whoever did that needs to pay for it, but it's not Ed Holley.
Holley was arrested almost exactly 2 years ago. This trial lasted over a month. Prosecutors and state police put a lot of value on DNA samples indicating Holley was in McDonald's car at some point. They also say Holley was not totally consistent in his many statements to police over the years. The prosecutor relied on testimony from a jail inmate who claimed he overheard Holley saying he killed Megan. Now that this trial is over, Holley's attorneys had a few things to say about how this case was built.
It just appeared to me somebody's trying to make a name for themselves.
Who?
Take a guess.
The police?
Yes.
Special prosecutor Julia Cornacchio says she plans to stay on the case and she's planning for another trial.
She won't be commenting.
She did not comment any further. Both sides are going to be back in court on May 5th for what will likely be one of many conferences as both sides prepare for another trial. Until then, what is next for Ed Holley? He was not released from jail today. He is still there. Is he going to remain there until the next trial? For more on this, we want to go to my colleague, Julia Rosier. She's been following this angle for us today. Julia, what do you have?
Well, Ben, Holley will stay behind bars now at the Orange County Jail. His defense team asked for him to be released following the mistrial, but the judge denied bail. Now, prosecutors are asking for a retrial. Now, this happened at another hearing following the declaration of the mistrial. His defense team told us off camera they're disappointed that he isn't going home, and prosecutors said they can't comment on this since the case is now still pending. The defense was asking for Holley to be released under supervision with an electronic monitor, and that he has medical needs that aren't being met at the jail. Friends of Holley say they want him to come home, but the prosecution said in the courtroom they, quote, disagree sharply with the defense's argument and once again asked for that retrial.
It's not fair to the family. It's not fair to Holley and all his loved ones.
Can't comment. It's now still a pending case, and we don't comment on pending cases.
And in that May 5th conference that's coming up, both sides are expected to continue discussions on those next steps in Goshen, Orange County. Julia Rosier, News 12.
We are back with a deeper analysis about the stunning decision in court today in Orange County. A mistrial is declared in the murder case against Edward Holley. News 12's Melanie Palmer is joining us with more insight from jurors. And Melanie, it's been a long week for them. How are they feeling?
Yes, well, frustrated and upset. That's how the county court judge, Hyun Kim, described how the jurors were feeling earlier as she declared a mistrial. It comes after weeks of testimony and days of deliberation with no verdict.
Definitely difficult. I'm not going to talk about the split. Thank you.
That's one of the jurors. Others we talked to as they came out of the courthouse had little to no comment.
You guys have been going through the last couple weeks.
There's still no word on what the split was that prevented jurors from reaching a unanimous decision. They've sat through 2 decades of testimony and heard from dozens of witnesses in the Edward Holley trial. He's accused of killing his ex-girlfriend Megan McDonald 22 years ago in the town of Wallkill. Jurors started deliberating last Wednesday. Over the week, they sent 13 notes to the judge. 4 of those notes said they could not reach a unanimous decision. That includes one on Wednesday morning. Earlier today, the judge asked all of the jurors if they believe they could reach a unanimous decision if they had more time to deliberate. They all said no. Pace University law professor Bennett Gershman says a deadlocked jury can come as a surprise to both sides.
I usually think the jury is going to deliberate. It may take a long time, and they're going to reach a unanimous verdict one way or the other. Usually you think that way. But, sometimes, and in a case like this, it's a very, controversial case. Lots of emotions right on this case. And look, as I saw the evidence, it wasn't powerful evidence. I think it was close.
Now, these legal experts we've been talking to tell us in their experience, typically when jurors are given more time to deliberate, 1 or 2 of them are more likely to back a unanimous decision. However, these jurors we've been talking to here outside the courthouse today tell us it was just too difficult in this case. In Goshen of Orange County, Melanie Palmer, News 12.